Welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2022 Top 40 Rankings countdown. It's place number 10, San Marino, Achille Lauro, Stripper. Please do click on the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and like, share, and comment below. So we've finally reached my top 10, yes, the very top set of my rankings, and we begin with perhaps quite a surprise in some ways. Not a surprise necessarily if you know me and have seen my previous rankings to see San Marino in the top 10. I had San Marino in my top 10 last year. I had San Marino in my top 10 in 2019 as well. So I do have a bit of a soft spot for the tiny micro state. But what is perhaps more surprising for me is this is a rock song in my top 10. Yes, rock. However, it is, albeit it is punk glam rock rather than the rock pop style. This is what singer-songwriter Achille Lauro, real name Lauro De Marinis, is bringing. But more than that, he will be bringing a performance, a stage performance, and an aesthetic like no one else, I think, at the contest. He is no newcomer to the music scene. He is a very well-established Italian artist. He's entered San Remo, the famous San Remo Music Festival, 3 times, most recently this year. He's had multiple top 10 selling albums, in fact, number 1 selling albums in Italy. Also, he has a number of top 10 singles in Italy as well over the past few years. He was invited to enter San Marino's national final, being held in San Marino in their sort of biggest theatre. Not that big, but he was one of the group of the big artists, and subsequently he won by a single point with his song Stripper. And I should say this was a different song to the song that he entered San Remo with, obviously. Now, you wouldn't think that this sort of song, which is very much in the British glam punk rock style, would appeal to me, but actually the fusion of the genre with Achille's aesthetic and performance and his sheer outrageousness just has me really rooting for it. And I just find it really catchy and engaging. It hasn't, it has to be said, had an awful lot of love from the Euro fans, from the fandom, but I still think it's incredible that San Marino is sending an artist like Achille Lauro to Eurovision, even within his own country, as it will be. He's sort of gender and sexuality fluid. He is certainly not afraid to court controversy. Just check his Wikipedia entry out. He's a creator of spectacular costumes and performances, and he is absolutely not some Måneskin copy, as some uninformed people have labelled him. He's been around much longer than last year's winning band, and as well as being a musical artist, he's acted and directed and produced in TV and film. He's been a TV host. He's exhibited his own artwork or done his own art exhibition. He's written 3 books, and he's been acted as the creative director of a record label as well. And he's still not even that old. Now, much of that will be lost on the average Eurofan, and certainly lost on the average kind of televiewer. But I sincerely hope there is a path for him to get to the grand final. It does look like it will be a really tough ask for him, because I'm not sure either juries or public vote will give him enough votes to qualify, and Italy will not be voting in his semi-final, unfortunately. Of course, he'll be very well known in Italy. I think that would be a great shame if it doesn't get to the final, as I'm sure he's playing something eye-catching and spectacular that will be worth seeing on the Saturday night. That said, though, we've not got a lot to go on, because his only real main performance of this was on the stage in San Marino. Now, that was not a large stage, and not an awful lot of resource behind it, whereas, come to the Eurovision side of things, I'm sure his creativity and his ideas, hopefully, will come to fruition. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that we're going to see something really spectacular from Achille Lauro, and that will hopefully mean that somehow he will make it to the grand final.